screen. So my desktop should be visible to you now.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Visible.
sir.
Yes,
Visible.
sir.
Yes, good. Sir. Okay, so let's start. So today we are going to discuss relativistic momentum. Okay. So as you know, we saw that if the velocity of object is p nu, so we saw that if, please mute yourself, if the velocity of the object, let's say of an object, let's say is u, okay, capital U, let me say big capital U, in your rest frame, then it would be different in the moving frame. Then it would be different. Then it would be different in the moving frame. This we saw using the velocity addition law. So this lead to a famous uh, modification in the velocity addition law. Now, if u is different, the question arises. The question arises whether this Newtonian definition of momentum and definition of momentum, that is p vector, the momentum of this object u would be u, whether this definition of momentum remains the same or not, remains the same or not. Okay, if it remains same, I don't know, we don't know whether it remains same. If it remains same, then we are happy, we don't have to do anything. But if it not, then we have to modify it, and we have to modify in such a way that the laws of conservation of momentum remains the same. Okay, we don't want to sacrifice law of conservation of momentum, it is of great use to us. Okay, now the question is whether the equation number 1, which is Newtonian definition of momentum, that will remain true or not. Okay, so in order to do this, in order to see whether this equation is correct or not, equation number 1 is correct or not, we do one simple thought experiment. We do a simple thought experiment. Einstein was known to do thought experiment. Okay, he was a brilliant physicist, mathematician as well, but the power of his intellect was in his thought experiment. Okay, so we do one other thought experiment, and the experiment is like this. Please mute yourself. Please mute yourself. Okay, I'm muting it. Now what we do? So we consider two frames. Consider two initial frames. Consider two inertial frames. Sorry, not inertial frames. Frames. Okay. S and S prime. So we have two frames. This is S frame. You can call it a rest frame. T and X. Or yeah. And then there is another frame. Okay, let me call it Y and an X. And another frame. So this is S frame. And then there is another frame, S prime, which is moving with respect to X with velocity V. Capital V. Okay. Capital V in positive x direction. Now consider a ball. Okay, a ball A of mass m, okay, in the S frame. In the S frame, okay, and vertically throw it vertically upward with velocity v. Please mute yourself. upward with velocity u. With velocity u. Okay. So what you are doing? I can use a different color if you want. Let me use a different color. So there is a ball A of mass m. Okay. So this is your S frame. And what you do in that S frame is you have a ball A of mass m and you throw it vertically upward. I'm sorry. With velocity u. So you see, with respect to A, it has component UA, Y is U. Okay. Now you see there are two different velocity. One is the velocity u with which the ball is thrown upward, and one is the velocity v. Now this u need not be constant. Need not be constant. Okay. It is the velocity of the ball. It is the velocity of the ball. V on the other hand, this V here, V is constant. Okay, it's the relative velocity between the frame. It's the relative velocity between the frames. So you should distinguish between U and V. Okay, now at the same time, consider a second identical ball. Okay, let's call
Hello,
it.
sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I can't get what is V here. I can't.
V is the velocity of the frame. Okay, S is rest frame and someone is moving with velocity v with respect to u. So that v is the velocity of the frame. It's a okay, sir. Okay, but what is
Sir,
more important is that this velocity
sir,
of the ball. Yeah, just a minute. This u, that is the velocity of the ball. So you imagine yourself that you throw a ball upward. The velocity of that ball is u. Okay, and someone is going with respect to you with velocity v. Okay, so that velocity is v. There are two different velocities. Yes.
sir, here gravity is there or not?
So yeah, it is there, but let's assume that the gravitational effect are negligible. The only thing is it just how do I put it? Let's say that the gravitational effects are there, but it's negligible. Okay, it's negligible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, it is there. So at the end of the day, we will say that okay, the velocity will go up with constant velocity and then it will go down with constant velocity, with some velocity. Okay, not constant velocity, with some velocity. Now let us
Yes.
consider a second identical ball B. Okay, of mass m, of same mass m, mass m. Okay, so the mass of ball B is same as the mass of ball A. However, now in B frame. However, now in S prime frame. Okay, so the ball A is an S frame and the ball B in S prime frame. And throw this ball vertically downward in negative y direction with the velocity u, with the same velocity u, as well. Okay, so what do I mean by that? I said let's take, there is another frame. Oops. that is S prime frame. S prime frame is moving with S frame, and in this S prime frame there is a ball B, okay, of mass m, and someone throw the ball in the negative y direction. Okay, so what is the component of that ball with respect to S prime? You will say UB prime y component is minus u. Okay, UV prime or minus u. Now an interesting situation arises. Though the ball B has only y component in the S prime frame, it can have both x and y component in the S prime. Am I right? Note that, oops. Let me know if it is not clear.
Sir, you wrote S frame.
S
The
prime.
point number 3.
Is
Yes,
it?
sir.
Oh,
Yes,
S
sir.
prime. This should be S prime. I'm
The
sorry. Yes,
second
yes.
line.
Thank you. Yes, yes. It is very
Yes,
important
sir.
that
Yes.
it is in S prime frame. Thank you. Thank you. This is very important. Okay. Note that although the ball B has only y component, y velocity component, in the S prime frame. However, with respect to the S frame, the ball B, okay, this is ball B will have both x as well as y components. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
With respect to the ball B, with respect to the S frame, it will have both x and y frame component. Okay. So as seen, so if you draw it, then you will see this ball B is actually like this with respect to the S frame. So this is ball B. Okay. The motion of ball B with respect to S prime would be something like this. Ball B, and then something like this. This is not symmetric. It has to be symmetric.
Sir, I can't understand this point.
Which point?
Note that after means how can the B ball in the S prime frame have two components, but it is
Okay,
only coming
because
but
because with respect to u, the ball is moving with respect to x direction, right? You see the S prime is moving, has a velocity v in the positive x axis.
in the X direction.
Yes, in the x direction. So with respect to you, so if you stand still and someone in the train throws a ball, so you are at rest and a train is moving and some person is sitting on the train. So that someone in the train throw a ball in the negative y direction. Okay, so what are the velocity component of that ball with respect to you? Well, it will have the y component because the ball is going down, and it will have the x component because the train
Due to
is
the
moving in the.
train is moving. Yes, sir,
Yes.
I get it. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this ball will have both u b of x. This will be b, and it will have the y component. Okay, it will have ub of x and it will have ub of y. Okay, I don't know what we'll calculate this UB of y. Now what we do is, fourth point, we combine these two experiments. Now we combine these two experiments. Now we combine these two experiments
So
such that, just a minute, such that two balls, one is A and oops, oh, just a minute, two balls A and B collide at the center. Okay, by collide I mean it is a elastic collision. Collide elastically. Okay, it collide elastically such that, okay, let me write the 5 point. Now in order to make this calculation easier, in order to just to make calculation easier, in order to make calculation easier, we say we consider a simplest situation that the above two balls, that the above collision, it's not a collision, that the above two collision, that the above collision between A and B is first, okay, I have to change pen many times, so it's creating a problem, is first elastic, and second no transfer of energy. Transfer of energy from ball A to B or vice versa takes place. Okay, so one ball A moves upward, one ball B moves downward, they just touch each other and then move in a separate way. So in that process they don't exchange any energy, they don't exchange any heat, they don't do anything, they just touch and go away. So in that process, this is the simplest process. Yes, just a minute. In that simplest process, just a minute. In that process, they don't exchange any energy. Okay, so even their velocity will not be modified. They don't change their velocity. Yes.
So in the diagram given above, B first comes downwards, then goes upwards after the collision.
Yes. So the whole diagram would be like this. So this is the frame as seen from. Just a minute. Yeah, I'll explain. As seen from S frame. Okay, so again let me do this. Let me draw. So what you have a, let me draw a big picture. So you have a ball A, okay, and this ball is going up. So we are seeing this from the S frame, observed from the S frame. Collision observed from the S frame. Okay, then there is a ball B. The mass of ball A and ball B are same. So this ball B will come, since in the A frame it will have both X and Y component. So this is oops, so it goes, oh, I'm sorry. goes up. This is ball A. Okay. The ball B would be something like, the motion of ball B would be something like this. It will go like this. So this is ball B, they touch, and then the ball B will go away. Ball B. If you want, I can draw a much better graph. This would be B comes along and then go away. Okay. This A after, yeah, just a minute. I'll take your question. Just a minute. It will then go down. A will go down like this. So this is before the collision and this is after the collision. Yes, go ahead.
Sir, if we throw it up and down from the same position, then how it can collide? Because
no, it is, so what is important, what is we are saying, you throw a ball up and somebody in the train also throw a ball. The train is moving with respect to you. Okay, and we demand that at some instant they just touch and then go down, or yeah, do their usual stuff. They just touch and go down and go up. So these two balls are actually in different frame, but now you are analyzing in your frame. Is this clear?
okay, sir. Then if I'm in the rest position and I throw it up, and then someone has to throw it from the
Yes.
roof of the train.
Yes. So he is throwing in his yes, in his frame. He is also throwing, right? That is my second point. So that was my second point. That, where is the second point? Yes. No, third point. Consider a second identical ball B of mass m. However, now in the S5 frame. So the ball is in S prime frame. So somebody in that S prime frame, he throws a ball downward in minus y direction. In his minus, if you want, minus y prime direction, whatever you call it. It's called minus y pi direction.
Okay.
Okay, which is
Yes,
same
sir.
as y direction.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, we are calling this collision as elastic. So the
Yes.
velocities of the ball will change after the collision.
Yes. So no, what
If
we
you
are
saying
demanding
that-
yes. So what we are also demanding is that there is no energy exchange take place between these two. Okay, no energy exchange. Whatever the energy the ball A has before the collision will remain same after the collision. So there is no energy exchange between A and B and vice versa. So that is important here. This is for simplicity. Okay. Now,
Excuse me, sir.
yeah.
Sir, if it's moving very fast, then the mass will also change, isn't
No.
it?
It depends. I will comment on that. Okay. So there are two different views here, whether the mass changes or not. Okay. I prefer the mass does not change. There are other people who say mass changes, but I prefer that the mass does not change. I'll comment on that. This is a very tricky question, but I'll make a comment later on. Okay. So now let us calculate what we know. Let us first calculate what is given. Yeah, sorry. Okay, let me go ahead. If you have a question, then you ask later on. I can't hear you. So you can ask me question later on. Let me just go ahead now. Okay. So let us analyze what is given. The velocity component of A, the velocity component of ball A. Let me just use black for everyone. Okay, it's creating a pain for me. Of ball A with respect to S frame. S frame is what? Anyone?
Rest frame.
Yes, rest frame is S frame.
Rest frame.
Yeah, what is that? UA of X is
U.
Sorry,
Zero.
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 X.
Zero.
Okay. U A of Y is
U.
capital U.
U.
U. Okay. U A of Z is
Zero.
Zero.
0. Very good. This is the velocity of ball A with respect to S frame. Okay. The velocity, let's call it equation number 2. The velocity of ball B with respect to S frame, S prime frame would be what? So U A of X prime is what?
V. No, it's zero. It's zero. It's
Zero,
zero.
zero.
It's zero.
U B of, oh sorry, this is ball B, no? Sorry,
B,
ball
sir.
B. Yeah. Ball B with Y prime is what?
It's U.
Minus U.
Minus U.
Yeah, minus
Okay,
U.
and U B prime of Z is what?
Zero.
0. Very good. Let's call it equation number 3. Now, what is the velocity of ball B? The velocity of ball B with respect to S frame. So that means U B of X would be what?
V.
V.
V. That is the frame. Yes, due to relative velocity between S and S prime frames. Okay, very good. What about U B of Y? This would be
Minus
U B V of Y
Minus U.
prime. No. Use the velocity addition law.
Yes, sir. Velocity
This
addition law will be used.
1 minus
1 minus
square
V
by
2x prime by C square.
1 minus V by C square.
let me just write it, and then you see it. Please mute yourself. V by C square. Now UB of X prime is 0. So that means it's just U B Y prime 1 minus. Please mute yourself. कौन है यार? Who is this? Please mute yourself. And UB of Y prime is minus U 1 minus V square by C square. Similarly, your UB of Z would be just 0. Okay, so these are the velocity of ball B with respect to S prime. Let's call it equation number how much? 4. Okay, so what we have found? We have found this. So this velocity, yes, I want to use this component. So we have found this is UB of X, which is what? V. This is UB of Y, which is minus U capital 1 minus V square by C square. Okay. The velocity of the ball A with respect to U frame, this is U A of Y is equal to U. After the collision, this is U A of Y is equal to minus U. Okay. After the collision, the components are this, the X component is this, and the Y component is this. The X component UB of X is again V, no change. But the Y component will have different direction. So this would be UB of Y, which is U times 1 minus V square by C square. Any question?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Good,
Not.
good, good. Now, since the ball B has both x and y component, this would be the resultant. So the actual velocity of ball B, the resultant velocity of ball B with respect to x would be u b x square plus u b y square. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. Okay. Now with this in hand, equation 1, 2, 3 and 4 in hand, we are ready to show that this old definition of momentum, that is equation 1, is actually inconsistent with relativity. Okay, it's actually inconsistent with relativity. So all the calculation I'll do here will be with respect to the S frame. The S prime frame you can do analogously. Okay, so let's do it. What do I want? So let me just mention all the calculation here will be with respect to the S frame. Okay. So let us analyze. Let us analyze the momentum using the let us analyze the momentum, Newtonian momentum, that is P vector is equal to m u vector in the S frame, before and after the collision. Before and after the collision. Okay, so before the collision, let us analyze only the y component. The total momentum before collision in y direction. So what do we have? Py total would be just Pay. Okay, y is capital because we are using capital, plus Pby. Okay, very good. This is just mu a of y plus mu b of y. This is mu a of y is what? Ua of y is just u plus ub of y is what from equation 4? It's minus u
minus
square root
u under root of 1 minus
v
v
square
square
by
c
c
square.
square. Now I can take common mu. So Py total is equal to mu. This is 1 minus square root 1 minus v square by c square. Now notice that 1 minus square root 1 minus p square is always greater than equal to 0. Am I right? Because
Yes,
this
sir.
term is
Yes, sir. Yes,
always
sir.
less
Yes,
than
sir.
1.
Less than
Yes,
one.
yes,
We all
yes.
know. Okay. Now similarly, calculate the total momentum. The total momentum after the collision would be in y direction again. Would be what? You will write Py total is equal to Pay again Pby, which is again equal to Muay plus Muby. After the collision, May would become what?
Minus
My
u.
minus u is just minus u plus m, and vy would be what?
U under root of 1 minus
No,
v square by c square.
Minus
under
v
one
square by
meter.
c square. And now again I can take this as mu minus 1 plus 1 minus v square by c square. So this is my py total. So now you see the first problem. This is actually less than equal to 0. Okay. In one
Yes,
process, before the collision, the momentum is definite positive, and in another, and after the collision, the total momentum is negative. So that indicates, let's call it equation number 5 and equation number 6, that the momentum is not conserved. So equation 4 and equation 5 clearly indicates,
The 5 and 6.
5 and 6, yes, 5 and 6. Thank you. 5 and 6 clearly indicate that the momentum cannot be conserved if we naively used the Newtonian momentum definition, the Newtonian momentum definition. Okay, in relativistic situation, in relativistic situations. Okay, so if we naively use this definition, this equation 1, we will run into problem, we will run into trouble. Okay, so we clearly see this momentum definition has to be modified. This momentum definition has to be modified. Now what do we do? What do we do? How do we define momentum in a relativistic scenario such that the momentum is conserved, will remain conserved? Okay, so my claim
Sir?
is this. Yeah.
In this relativistic situation, we can only conserve energy.
No. So if no force is acting on a system, okay, the momentum should remain conserved, whether it's a relativistic one or non-relativistic one. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yes.
Okay. So a proposal for relativistic momentum. Okay, I'm not very careful about my spelling and all, but yeah, I hope you will understand. Now my claim is this. We saw that P vector is equal to mu vector cannot be a correct definition of momentum in relativistic scenario. It will not conserve. That definition of momentum will not conserve. Now the claim is, my claim is this. Claim that if we define the momentum like this, mu vector divided by 1 minus u square by c square, then the momentum can be conserved in relativistic scenario. So my claim is that this definition of momentum, this definition of momentum ensures, just a minute, ensures its conservation in relativistic cases, Yes. Yeah, somebody was asking.
Sir, here root over of 1 minus u square or v square, sir?
It is u square. Very good. Now let me just point it out. Note important note points. important points. This is very important. Let's call it equation number 7. The relativistic in equation 6, the definition of momentum involves only the velocity of the object, velocity u of the object, okay. So this u is actually the velocity of the object. It's not the velocity of the frame. It is not the velocity of the frame and you can see why it has to be u, because you see in the old definition, equation 1, it is the velocity of the object that appears in the momentum definition, right? So whatever modification we'll do, it can only involve that velocity of the object. So that's one thing. It's not the very velocity of the frame, and it is very important. Another very important point is,
sir, it is equation 7, sir.
Yeah, equation 7. It's fine. You understand, right? It is equation 6 or equation 7. It is equation 7. The vector v, the vector u in the numerator corresponds to the velocity components. Okay, momentum components. A vector nature of the momentum comes from the vector nature of u. Whereas u in the denominator indicates, in equation 7, indicates the velocity magnitude. And not the component, that is, and not the component. Okay, this is important. So that means this u square in the denominator, it corresponds to ux square plus uy square plus uz square. Okay, my claim is, with this definition of momentum actually satisfy the momentum conservation. Now you can ask, sir, you are doing this by ad hoc. I didn't motivate equation 7. How this equation 7 come into picture? There are various ways to actually get equation 7. Okay, let me first prove it. Why and how this definition actually conserve momentum, and how this equation 7 is actually the correct definition of momentum. Okay, and then I'll make some comment about how we arrive at this equation, if time permits. It's the time. Okay, 15 minutes. Good. So this is our new definition of momentum, equation 7. So momentum conservation using the new, please mute yourself, using the new definition, momentum definition. Okay, so total momentum, let's play the same game. total momentum as measured in the S frame, as measured in the S frame before collision in Y direction. So Py total would be what? Pay plus Pby. Now what is Pay? Pay is M Uay divided by 1 minus Ua square by C square plus Pby would be M Uby divided by 1 minus Ub square by C square, right? So I'm using equation number 7. That is our new definition of momentum. Okay. Now we know what is Uay is. We know what is Uby is. What is Ua and Ub that we have to calculate, right? Ua is what? Ua is square root Ua x square plus Ua y square plus Ua z square. But Uax is 0.
Yes, sir.
Uay is just U. So this is U
and
square.
UZ is also 0.
So what you get? You get Ua is just U. Very nice. What about Ub of y? Ub of y. Let me calculate square. No, sorry. I want to calculate Ub. I know Ub of y. I want to calculate Ub. So Ub square would be Ub x square plus Ub y square plus Ub z square. What is Ub of x? This is just V. So this is V square. What is Ub of y? This is
U square
minus U 1 minus V square by C square whole square plus 0 square. So this is basically U square plus U square 1 minus V square by C square. So let me write this as Ub square is equal to U square, okay, plus V square 1 minus U square by C square. So that's my Ub. So how many equations do I have? 7. So let's call it equation 8. Let's call it equation 9. Let's call it equation 10. So substitute equation 9 and 10 into 8. What do we get? We get Py total is equal to M. Uay is just U times U divided by 1 minus U square by C square. Good. Minus Mu divided by into 1 minus V square by C square, right? And this is divided by 1 minus Ub square by C square. So this would be U square by C square minus V square by C square into 1 minus U square by C square. Is this clear? Here we are using Ub of y is minus U times 1 minus V square by C square. Okay. Now let's simplify this. So first term is same as it is, 1 minus U square by C square. Second term, now simplify this, 1 minus V square by C square. This I can write as 1 minus V square by C square divided by 1 minus U square by C square. Just check whether this is correct or not. Okay, this is correct.
Yes, sir.
Then you
Yes,
see
sir,
the
correct.
numerator, the 1 minus v square by c square factor in the numerator and denominator goes away. So what do we have? Py total is just mu divided by 1 minus u square by c square minus mu divided by 1 minus u square by c square. This also cancels out. So Py total is 0 before the collision. Okay. And since therefore the total momentum is 0 before the collision. Similarly, can anyone suggest what would be the total momentum after the collision? The total momentum.
0.
Why is that?
Zero, sir.
Why?
Conservation
Zero,
will
sir.
be
Conservation of momentum.
But we are
Conservation of
proving.
momentum.
No. We are actually proving that it
Only
is actually,
sign.
Yes, sir. We expect it to be zero. We expect
yeah, we
it to be
expected
Sir,
it to be 0.
velocity of A will be minus u and B will be plus u. So minus
Exactly.
plus I can
So it's
cancel out.
actually the direction of
Only the
velocity will
negative
change.
side.
Yes, only the direction will change, right? The magnitude will not change.
Yes.
So the total momentum, so this you take it as an exercise, the total momentum after the collision would also be 0, is also 0. Is also 0. Okay. As after the collision, only the directions of, I'm sorry, ball A and ball B changes, not their magnitude. Okay. As after the collision, only the directions of ball A, velocity directions of ball A and ball B changes and not their direction and not their magnitude. Sorry, not their magnitudes. Okay. So we see that equation 7, that is P vector is equal to mu vector divided by 1 minus u square by c square indeed conserve the momentum. And it turns out that this equation 7 is indeed the correct equation for momentum in relativistic situation. Okay. So yeah, this is all I wanted to say for the momentum. Okay. Now this about how do we come across, actually you can guess it. How to modify momentum, you can actually guess it. You see, if in our situation, we are assuming that there is no force acting on the ball A and ball B, the momentum has to be conserved. And just by looking at equation 1, you can guarantee that it will not conserve momentum. Okay. After now, you can say, how do I modify the length of these vectors ubx, uby such that the momentum get conserved? Okay, if we try to think, if you try to analyze, then you will see that just by modifying, where is that? Where is equation, sir? Yeah, just by introducing this denominator factor, square root 1 minus u square by c square, you can actually conserve momentum. Okay, but this way of introducing momentum is not, in my opinion, it's not the correct way. The correct way is you start with a 4 vector, just like you can combine x and t into a 4 vector. Okay, the time is also a direction, so when you combine time and the space component to one component, it becomes a 4 vector. We can combine energy and momentum into a 4 vector. Now once this is a 4 vector, they has to transform in a appropriate way under Lorentz transformation. Okay, and that Lorentz transformation demand that the momentum expression should be like equation number 7. Okay, so that's the correct way to introduce momentum momentum relativistic momentum in relativistic case. Unfortunately, in our course we cannot discuss there is so we don't have the syllabus does not cover these 4 vectors and all, so that's why I didn't take that route. Okay, but take it for granted, or take it for what do I say, yeah, granted that equation 7 is indeed the correct definition for momentum. Okay, is this okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you should keep in mind, when this is the momentum, this is actually the momentum. The Newtonian momentum is actually an approximation of relativistic momentum. You can see the Newtonian momentum. Newtonian momentum. What happened? Momentum is actually an approximation of the relativistic momentum. Okay, relativistic momentum. It is actually the relativistic momentum which is correct, and it reduces to Newtonian momentum when u is very less than c. When u is very less than c, then p vector just become mu vector, right? So you see that Newtonian momentum is actually an approximation. It's not the momentum. It's not the correct definition of momentum. The correct definition of momentum is p vector is mu vector divided by 1 minus u vector by c vector. This equation, p vector is equal to mu vector divided by square root 1 minus u square by c square, is applicable to all situation. Okay, it's applicable to all situation. And in appropriate situation where the velocity is much smaller than c, then it reduces to a Newtonian Newtonian definition, which is somewhat easier to analyze. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Good. If you have any question, please ask. Otherwise, you can leave. So that's the end of today's class. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Sir, I have a
Yes.
doubt.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, yes, in the when we were about to when we did the Lorentz transformation, we assumed that ux is proportional to x minus vt. Same way, can we here assume that p is proportional to mu, and in the same way we will find that fb as 1 minus root over of 1 minus v square by c square.
I'm not following it. Can you repeat it again? I could not.
Okay, actually, in the Lorentz transformation, we took x prime is directly proportional to x minus vt.
Yes.
So similarly, can we here take means p in the moving frame is proportional to p in the
No. Again. This is the definition of momentum. I'm not even talking about whether this is. So it's like this. Okay, so suppose you are standing and you throw a ball. You want to find out the velocity of that ball. Sorry, momentum of that ball. The moment of that ball is this, equation number 7. Okay, it does not involve any v. It does not involve any v. It does not involve the velocity of the frame. Now I ask the same question. Okay, I am moving with respect to u in positive x-axis, and I ask what is the velocity of that ball? What is the momentum of that ball? So for me, that momentum would be p vector is equal to mu vector prime divided by 1 minus u prime square by c square. Okay, I'm not saying how the momentum are related in one frame with respect to another frame. What equation 7 suggests is that how the definition of momentum is changed in relativistic case. Okay, is this clear?
Yes.
Please mute yourself. Others, please mute yourself.
Sir, you said about time is also a direction, sir. How it is?
Yeah, so you just stand here at your place, you are just sitting and the time is moving forward. It is not a direction in the usual sense, x, y, and z, because you can go in positive x, negative x, positive y, negative y. In direction in time, it can only move in one direction, that is positive t. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, others?
Sir,
Yes, sir.
any proof for the above equation?
Any proof? Yeah, there are many proof. All so any specific proof I have in mind right now? I don't have any specific proof, but all the theories, all the derivation based on special relativity use this definition of momentum. For example, quantum field theory and all, and they all agree with experiment. I exactly don't know the exact experiment which proves that this definition is the correct one. Okay, but it is indeed the correct one because
Yes, sir.
based on this definition.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So any means written proof starting from basic and ending at this result.
Yeah. So actually, that we could have done that as well, but for that we have to introduce the concept of 4 vector and all. Okay, and how the 4 vector transform under Lorentz transformation. Unfortunately, that is not in your course. Had that been your course, we would have taken that approach, and in that way, we would not have introduced this momentum definition ad hoc way. Okay, you would see that this is automatically coming into the picture.
Can you just say that for knowing purpose only?
Knowing purpose what?
That 4 vector proofs.
It is difficult. It has to be, yeah. So how there are velocities there? Yeah, it is difficult. Okay, it is a bit difficult in 1 or 2 line to define. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, somebody has a
I am
question.
unable
Yes.
to assume. Sir, I am unable to assume the motion of ball be in rest frame, sir. Like
I am not saying more ball of the mass is in rest frame. I am saying you are
no,
at
sir.
rest. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm not. I'm unable to assume that ball. I'm assuming that ball is in traveling in negative y direction.
Ball is traveling in negative y direction. Which ball?
Ball B, sir.
Ball B? Yeah. Suppose somebody
Yes,
is. You are at rest at your place, and
Yes, sir.
a train is moving along x-axis with velocity v. Somebody on the train, can't he throw a ball in negative y direction? Yes, he can drop it. What is the problem?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But in rest frame also, we assume that ball is in negative y direction only, sir.
Yeah, so that's why this ball, just see, it is minus v. This term, just see this term. This is this term. This is minus v.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
If you have a confusion, just imagine you are at rest. A train is moving with respect to you in positive x-axis with velocity v. Okay, and you see somebody is throwing a ball b. A person on the train is throwing a ball downward direction.
Okay.
How you will analyze that motion? You will say that person, the velocity of that ball has both x component because the train is moving in x direction, as well as y component. Why? Because the ball is thrown in the y direction.
Okay. Yes,
Okay.
sir, I understand.
Yeah. Okay. Any other question? Good. If there is no more question, thank you.
Hello.
We'll meet.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, in equation 7, the correction factor root over 1 by root over of 1 minus u square by c square. Is it a result of reduced mass?
No. Okay. Is everyone here or they left? Because this is an important point. I want to make a comment. Actually, everyone left. So maybe would it be okay if I make a comment tomorrow on this?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, because everyone left. It's an important point. Okay, let me make a comment. See, there are 2 ways to analyze this equation 7. One way is to say that, okay, the mass of the ball is changing in motion. Okay, a ball in motion changes its mass. So its rest mass is different than its moving mass. That's one way to define it. But I do not favor that definition. Okay, for me, mass is mass. It's just its rest mass. It's not the mass that is changing, it's the momentum that changes. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So there are actually two type of, many people prefer that the mass is actually changes. Mass is m naught divided by 1 minus v square by c square. Okay, so the mass of the body in motion changes. That's one type of people that take that definition. And there are others that say, okay, no, the mass remains the same, it doesn't change. Okay, it's the momentum that changes with its motion. I prefer the second definition. Okay,
Okay, sir.
I prefer the second definition. This is
Thank
more
you.
appropriate. Yeah. Any other question? Good.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, where should I get my assignment?
Where should I get what?
Assignment, sir.
Submit assignment.
No, sir. Assignment.
Assignment is uploaded in MS Team. You just see the files in assignment team. Oh, sorry, files in the MS Team. You will find the assignment.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So all the lectures and assignment you can find in the file section. Okay. Any other question? If not, thank you. We'll meet tomorrow. Thank you.